So I recently had a question from one of our students who said, what is the actual ingredient or set of ingredients that makes a dismissive avoidant want to commit, to propose, to actually settle down? And so I'm going to answer that in this video because as somebody who spent the last 14 years working with people, both single individuals who are dismissive avoidant, people in couples who are dismissive avoidant, and with literally tens of thousands of people worldwide through our online programs, I can tell you the same data, the same information amongst all different attachment styles is very congruent. And in today's video, we're going to break down what makes dismissive avoidance commit or propose, and how can you start to understand whether or not this is a healthy relationship for you. So we're going to cover a few really important things you need to know. And number one, it's that situationships are quite common for dismissive avoidance, of course, where they sort of, want to go through the motions of sort of being in a relationship without making a huge time commitment or a formal commitment and actually deciding to be in a romantic relationship monogamously. This can lead people to feel very confused for quite some period of time if they're looking for something different. Now, what we know as well is that more anxious leaning individuals and more avoidant leaning individuals tend to be attracted to each other, often because of trait variety and a bit of a subconscious comfort zone. But essentially, some really important things to recognize is that each attachment style has a different timeline subconsciously through which they expect another person to be ready for a commitment. For securely attached people, they're generally waiting for 2 to 4 months. And it's because they're taking the first couple of months to really vet somebody, to really see, is this person a good fit for me? Am I a good fit for them? And really taking the time to allow that experience to unfold. Now, keep in mind, these timelines as I go through them based on each attachment style will also be different based on somebody's age, how recently they were just in a relationship. Are they going through a divorce or a separation? Do they have children that they're a single parent for or co-parenting? Like there can be other factors that really drive this number in different directions, but these are the most common ranges that I'll tend to see. So securely attached, 2 to 4 months, fearful avoidance, 3 to 5 months. Dismissive avoidance can go somewhere between like 4.5, 5, up to 7 months. I mean, in extended periods of time, we can see dismissive avoidance going on for a year and a half without really making a formal commitment to things. And anxious preoccupied will tend to want a commitment as early as 2 weeks. Like they can go on a few dates with somebody and click and be like, this is the person I'm ready to commit to. And then, of course, that can sort of extend up to 2 months, upon which that period of time they start feeling a little bit stir crazy or anxious. My answer to how to know whether or not a DA will commit is not to wait until 5 to 7 months. It's to determine by vetting somebody early on through healthy communication. So I'm going to give you a couple examples of how you can communicate to get to the bottom of this, because we should not be guessing. We shouldn't be just waiting it out to see what happens. Nobody wants to stay in the gray area for long periods of time of not knowing, because it could be time wasted, quite honestly. And our time as individuals should matter to us. Time is a very valuable asset that we all have. And so we want to be clear early on, and we do this through asking appropriate questions. So I'll give you some examples of questions to ask. If you want to go deeper into learning how to have tough conversations and communicate effectively through challenging situations, like learn whether or not somebody will commit. I actually have a course called the Communication Scripts course. You can print this off. And we took different challenging situations for FAs, APs, DAs, securely attached. We took like the 60 or 70, I can't remember the exact number, but 60 or 70 most challenging conversations, like APs asking for reassurance, dismissive avoidance needing to set a boundary for space, but not wanting to push their partner away completely, fearful avoidance needing to repair trust, like all these big pain points and challenges. And I wrote out scripts and modeled them so that you could get some insight and modeling for how to have difficult conversations, because I feel like that's something so lacking. So if you needed some extra support there, check out that course. It will give you the tools, it will give you the resources. You can print everything off too. They're all written out as well. So anyways, that'll be something interesting for you. But in this case specifically, you want to have a conversation. You want to take your time to vet somebody. I don't think it's great to try to make a full-on commitment 2 weeks in. I think that each attachment style should take at least the first 2 months to vet and to see, will this person fit into my life? What are the needs that I have? What are the standards? What are the non-negotiables? How is this person lining up in those areas? And do I line up for theirs as well? And to get there and to figure out that information, we need to have difficult conversations sometimes. We need to be open in our conversations. But an example of how to have this conversation may be somewhere around the 3-month mark. Okay, if you're a more anxious leaning person and you've been dating the dismissive avoidant, you've been seeing them regularly, and you're trying to decide if they're going to commit, you can say something along the lines of this. You can say, hey, Bob, Let's pretend it's Bob. I've really enjoyed getting to know you. I'm really liking where this is going. I can definitely see a future for us, and I'm not asking for a commitment right this second, but my time is valuable and I really care about how I invest my time. And I want to know that you're on the same page and see this going somewhere. Otherwise, I'll just have to be mindful of your answer and potentially think about investing my time elsewhere instead. You can take what you want from that script there that I just shared with you. You can make it a little shorter, make it a little longer, add things that fit to you. But this is a healthy and very normal conversation to have. If you're not seeing a commitment, not seeing signs of commitment, you know that this person kind of gets cold feet sometimes. Have the conversation. The worst thing I see with clients historically all the time is that they are afraid to communicate, afraid to speak up. They avoid the conversation, they shirk it, and then they find out the hard way later on. Don't put yourself in that position. And people make commitments because they see that somebody's time is valuable. They see that you are honoring and valuing your own time. And essentially by doing that, teach somebody to do the same in regards to you. And when you don't value your own time, don't value how you're investing your energy, you downplay, you make yourself small, you don't allow yourself to take up space, you are mitigating the probability of somebody wanting to commit and make that effort. So please keep that in mind. So I hope this makes a whole lot of sense for you. If you want to do a deeper dive into how to communicate and have those difficult conversations, asking for reassurance, validation, space, transparency, trust, you name it, all the hard things, specifically broken down into each attachment style. Check out that course for free for 14 days. And let me know any other questions you have down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. And thank you so much for watching.